Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe and positive out there. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I love talking with everyone in the comments and the community tab up there. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification as well. Because as you can see right here, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and yes, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. It's just getting started. For real, it's just getting started. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, it would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. All right, so give it a good old thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. All right, just give it a good old tap. Would really help me a lot. Also, little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff. I do not want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose. You can lose money like that, especially with crypto, all right? So please be careful out there. Do your own research and due diligence. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the formalities are out of the way. Yes, there's so much fear, uncertainty, and doubt out there. It's crazy at the moment. Every mainstream media news article that I'm reading at the moment is like Bitcoin's over, crypto's over, everything's over. That's not true. Straight up. If you look really in depth into what institutions, banks, governments are doing right now, they're all moving to the blockchain and to cryptocurrencies and also using the current projects that I'm so bullish on, aka Ripple, to assist them with building out these platforms. So again, I'm remaining extremely bullish on cryptocurrencies, even though there's so much fear and I guess uncertainty out there in the market. Anyway, let's move on to the community tab right here. Let's have a look. Cash flow is king. How many sources of income do you have? Now, I ask this question because it's very important. Cash flow is king right now, and it's important for all of life. People need multiple sources of income. They cannot rely on one source of income. All right, so everyone needs to start researching how to make more income for themselves and their families. It's very important. Why don't you start an online course, start a business, an e-commerce business, write an ebook if you're good at that stuff. I'm not good at writing ebooks, but you know, it's a great way to make passive income for yourself. Think of other ways to generate income and cash flow because that is king right there. And if you hold real estate, fantastic. All right, and I know it's tough at the moment because of interest rates, but it's cash flow. Now, obviously, 39% of you have one source of income. I mean, that's a scary statistic. Start looking at multiple sources of income. 32% of you have two, 15% have three, 6% have four, and God tier is like 5+. Man, that's like 9%. All right, so that's a pretty insane amount of businesses and income right there. Me personally, I'm going to be open and upfront and honest with everyone because I am on this channel. I'm legit and I'm genuine. So I'm going to tell you, I have my real estate business, property development. So that's one. I have obviously my e-commerce business, which you can see behind me. That's two. I have obviously my YouTube channel. That's three. That's been incredible. And thank you very much to every one of you because I wouldn't have this, you know, obviously that source without everyone watching these videos. So thank you very much. I obviously have my dividends, which is my stock portfolio, which is incredible. And I'm seeing that grow every single week. Obviously, I've got my other one here, which are obviously other business deals, which I can't disclose on this channel, but that's 5 right there. So again, I'm working on my 6th and 7th source of income right now. That is very important. I'll tell you the reason why. Obviously, if one of those goes down and I stop getting money in from one of those, I've still got the other 5 or other 4, sorry, that I can rely on. So again, very, very important right there. And I put that up for a reason. So think about it. Let me know in the comments below what you are doing to generate sources of cash flow for yourself. I'm curious. And again, these are my top altcoins this morning. I had ETN. I'm bullish on that Dogecoin I'm still holding from when it last massive pump happened anyway. So I took profits and put it into Bitcoin. Luna 2.0, Anchor, and Matic were up in my portfolio. And yes, some people say, oh, they're rubbish coins. Well, they're up in my portfolio. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to COINSPOT. Then we'll get into the news right now. Again, there's a referral link below for COINSPOT. Please feel free to use that. You can get $10 in Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the prices here. Again, All these are in Australian dollars right now, and yes, everything else is set to USD, but this is Australian dollars because I'm catering for everybody around the world. Let's have a quick look at this. Bitcoin sitting at $29,000 today. This did drop down significantly over the weekend. Ethereum's at $1,600. Let's have a look here. Cardano's at 71 cents right now. It's nice to see some greens for once. XRP's at 48 cents. Solana's at $50. Now, some crazy stuff is happening with Solana. That could go. Literally, it could be liquidated. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll get into some other updates about that one. Dogecoin's at 8 cents right now, pumped up obviously because of Elon Musk. Polkadot's $11. Sorry, you've got Tron at 9 cents. The Tron stablecoin may go down. It has depegged from the dollar, which is scary stuff. But anyway, we'll move on. AVAX is at $23. You've got Shiba Inu up slightly today. I'm still holding that. Link's at $9.79. Matic's at 56 cents. You've got Crow at 16 cents. Stellar XLM is at 17 cents, which again I'm bullish on. Near Protocol's at $4.84. I was going to buy that at $14, so I may buy some more now at these prices because I don't, think we're going to see this for very long. Let's have a look here. Cosmo is at $10. You've got VeChain at 3 cents. You've got Hedera at 9 cents. That's a bargain right there. Keep moving down. Theta is at $1.82. Of course, you've got Axie Infinity at $20 right now. So again, that's up 5% as well, which is nice. You've got Iota at 40 cents. You've got the Graph at 15 cents. Quant is at $80. Yes, I'm up on my investment, thankfully. That's good to see that. So again, I'm happy about Quant. That's just doing its own thing. I mean, that has been an absolute monster of a project, so I'm glad I bought that. Let's have a look here. Waves is at $7. What else have we got here, ladies and gentlemen? You've got Luna Classic is up 8% as well. I've only got a small investment in that, as everyone knows. Gala's at 8 cents right now, and of course, XDC is at 4 cents. That is literally a gem. Straight up gem right there. It is trade finance going after a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and that's why I love it right there, focusing on real utility projects. Now, let's go to Crypto Bubbles. I'm going to have a refresh of this because everything's in the green at the moment, as you can see right here. The biggest gainer is GMT Steppen. Let me know in the comments below if you are actually using this to earn passive income. I'm curious if everyone's making money on this. This is at 75 cents right now. Again, nice one there. It's up 26% on the day, 391% on the year. That is just ridiculous. The other ones here is MKR right now, sitting at $898. That's crazy. 23% on the day. What else we got here, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, Dogecoin. Elon Musk is saying that he's buying more Dogecoin, even though there's a lawsuit going against him from some retail investor who doesn't like that, Elon Musk is promoting it. Anyway, whatever. That's at 5 cents right now. Again, I'm still holding my Doge. I did take profits when this pumped up to like 80 cents Australian dollars, and I took out the profits and put it into Bitcoin. So there you go. I took out my initial investment, and I'm just playing with house money at the moment. What else we got here, guys? Zcash. I don't know about this one. It's at $67. I may buy some. I don't know. I'm considering it. But it's up 13% on the day. That's pretty much it. Everything else is in the green, which is nice. Let's go here. Solana DeFi platform votes to control whale account in bid to avoid liquidation chaos. Can this Solan right now go under? If this does, it's going to be very bad for crypto right now. It's not good. So Solan users voted a grant emergency power to Solan Labs to temporarily take over the whale account. How is this decentralized? This is crazy right now. They've voted to literally take over some whale's account. So users of Solana-based borrowing and lending service Solan voted on Sunday to force a takeover of the protocol's largest account, a whale whose extremely large margin position was getting, according to Solan contributors, dangerously close to catastrophic on-chain liquidation cliff. The unprecedented governance vote Solan first will grant Solan Labs emergency powers to liquidate the whale's vulnerable assets, around $20 million in Solana, via the over-counter OTC trades instead of decentralized exchanges. Interesting. Where decentralized finance, DeFi liquidations usually occur if the price of Solana drops too low. That's full on right there, man. That's scary stuff. So this sounds like it's centralized, for real. I mean, obviously, if somebody's holding crypto, they shouldn't be allowed to touch it. Scary stuff. That's why I'm very cautious about putting my investments again into platforms to stake and, earn interest on that stuff. I mean, this is what happens. It's mental. Elon Musk support for Dogecoin grows stronger following $258 billion lawsuit. Not even a $258 billion class action lawsuit alleging a crypto pyramid scheme could stop Elon Musk from publicly displaying his continued support for Dogecoin. That's like a drop in the hat for him anyway, $258 billion. I mean, for him, it's nothing. On Thursday, he's obviously got the legal backing to continue doing what he's doing. On Thursday, New York District Court received a class action complaint against the world's richest man, Elon Musk, and his companies SpaceX and Tesla. I don't even know what relevance they have, whatever. Tesla and SpaceX have nothing to do with Dogecoin. For an alleged Ponzi scheme using Doge, the lawsuit demanded $258 billion in total monetary damages from Musk, while requesting the court to rule Doge trading as gambling in the United States. Don't invest money if you're not willing to take risks. It's as simple as that. I will keep supporting Dogecoin. It went parabolic, that tweet. Look at that. 295,000 likes. It's crazy. The lawsuit, however, did not resonate with the crypto community as entrepreneurs began to ridicule the move. Musk, too, was seemingly unshaken by the allegation as he doubled down on his love for the Dogecoin ecosystem with the above tweet. So on Saturday, Dogecoin creator Billy Marcus is no longer a part of the project, shared his vision for Dogecoin that goes beyond the hype, recommending that the developers focus more on its utility and security. Musk agreed with more currency-like reply to Marcus' suggestion right there. Musk further reassured Marcus by sharing his openness to use Dogecoin as payment for other services in addition to Tesla, SpaceX merch. That's crazy right there. Anyway, moving on to some other stuff right here. This is what I mean by all the news. Look at this mainstream media news scaring the living daylights out of people. Sign cryptocurrency is dead as Bitcoin dips to 17,000. Bitcoin has pretty much lost all its gains throughout the pandemic and hit a new horror low that will make history. This is ridiculous. So cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Cardano, Ripple, XRP. I like how they say Ripple XRP, have faced a tough year with fluctuating values and more, and it doesn't look like a downtrend will turn around anytime soon. Bitcoin, the world's top-ranked cryptocurrency, has dropped nearly 7.5% in the last day. That's crypto. At the start of the last month, Bitcoin was trading at 36,000 USD, approximately 52,000 Australian right now. So the big difference there in prices according to CoinMarketCap. But now, a month and a half later, the outlook is even worse. As of Sunday morning, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, Bitcoin fell as low as 17,000 USD, 25K, and stayed below 20,000 USD according to CoinDesk. That's a loss of 15% from Friday and represents a whopping 74% dip in value since its all-time high in November, which nearly hit 69,000 USD. What do you think is going to happen again? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below. I think Bitcoin will hit 100K. Straight up. Everyone's trying to buy it, especially institutions. Focus on what the big boys are doing in this space. I mean, yes, there's a lot of traders that are liquidating massive positions right now, but institutions are starting crypto ETFs and index funds and exchange traded funds, because they want a piece of it right now. Moving on to some other news. Have Ripple versus the SEC overwhelmed the LBRY versus the SEC lawsuit, and will this have the same conclusion? Let's have a look here. The lawsuit of Ripple versus SEC has been in the headlines that shows the weightage, but there are other cases that are not in enough limelight but have the potential. So the scale of the lawsuit between payment protocol Ripple XRP Network's parent company Ripple Labs and American watchdog US Securities Exchange Commission is quite high. This is often seen as a classic case whose decision could form the way ahead for the whole crypto industry, as roles in financial authorities and digital assets industry. So the case of the SEC vs Ripple had gathered tons of headlines across the crypto space, but there are several other cases, the SEC vs LBRY, that could bring the needed clarity to the case. Both are going to be incredible, but I think the SEC has particularly gone after LBRY because they're a smaller company just to get precedence. They're not stupid. So the Securities and Exchange Commission last year filed a complaint against blockchain-based file sharing and payment network LBRY Inc. The financial watchdog alleged that the network for violating Securities Act of 1933, which is just outdated. It is being said that the SEC that LBRY offered LBC that are unregistered securities while selling LBRY credits to its investors. The case is said to have a lot of similarities ongoing popular Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit, and the trial for SEC vs. LBRY is scheduled for September 2022. Again, what do you think about that? I think they've gone after LBRY because they're a smaller company and they're just trying to get precedence set for the entire crypto market. Anyway, some other news right here. ISO 222 right now. Stupid pop-ups on my computer. Let me get rid of this. The transformational standard. Pay attention to what's happening in this space. Everyone's moving to ISO 222, the new messaging system, whereas Ripple's going after the messaging system and also the transfer of funds. Think about that. So ISO 20022 is not exactly a new payment messaging standard, but it's an implementation nonetheless, represents the watershed moment for the financial services industry. SWIFT is phasing in ISO 20022 as the standard for cross-border payments and cash reporting from November 2022. From the end of this year, the previous MT messaging standard will only be supported from backward compatibility purposes, with the future investments focused on ISO 20022. The standard has already been adopted for high-value payments in the 12 market infrastructures in multiple markets. See the infographic below, replacing domestic and legacy formats. SWIFT predicts that over the next few years, all the major payment market infrastructures will switch to ISO 20022, which will dominate high-value payments, supporting approximately 80% of volume and 80% of the value of transactions worldwide. Think about that. The first area where we are seeing really significant benefits in operational resilience, ISO 20022 will lead the increased transparency, automation, and digitization of payments, as well as faster processing rates, which will make payment delivery more efficient and lower cost. Think about it. Ripple, XRP, this is what they're going to do, and they're probably going to end up partnering up with SWIFT. That's what I predict. Moving on. These are the 5 compliant projects that I'm bullish on right here, not Pokemon. Moving along. Let's have a look here. Ripple, Stellar Lumens, XDC, Iota, Algo. We've got Hbar in there as well. Right there. And Quant. Look at that. Look at that. Bullish as anything right there. And Cardano, yes, that's a gem. So again, focus on these projects because they're actually being used. Some other stuff right here. The US Department of Labor faces pushback over 401k Bitcoin plans. That's because there's so much volatility right now, but I don't think they should do that. Anyway, the US Department of Labor is facing scrutiny on the previous arguments against including crypto in 401k plans in the United States. The Crypto Council for Innovation wants the department to rescind its guidance on including crypto in 401k plans. The department has support from Senators Elizabeth Warren and Tina Smith. The new offer from exclusive to exclusive luxury, blah, 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 and that's another. So the US Department of Labor is receiving pushback. I don't know what's going to happen with here. There's so much happening in the world with macro and all this stuff like that. They probably don't want to do it right now. But again, once Bitcoin goes back up to all-time highs, they'll want to include it. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to cryptometer.io. Let's see where the money has been flowing, and then we'll move to Twitter quickly. You've got here FTT as well. You've got USDC, DOT, XRP, Doge, Jasmy, Link, Store, what is that there? StoreJ, and People Token. I'm not going to go to the last hour because it's pretty much irrelevant right now. Let's go to Twitter. Have a look right here. There's a lot of videos going on the channel. Again, users of Solana DeFi platform SolAN right there voted to grant emergency power to SolAN Labs to temporarily take over a large account on the cusp of liquidation. That is insane right there. BlackRock's CEO Larry Fink, a very large believer of a stablecoin, not Bitcoin, but a stablecoin-based currency, a basket of a world currency. What do we know that could serve as a basket of all world stable coins? Ripple XRP. Have a listen to this.
Plays out. So I started with the foundation. There is a great need for digitization of currency. There is no need for hard currency anymore. And then whether that
Ripple.
is the hegemony of the dollar or the hegemony of 3 different vehicles, we'll see how the market all plays out. I mean, some of the suggestions that you just brought up is more political. And I'm trying to focus on the social need of why we need digital currency. So I'm a very large believer of a stable coin type of currency, not a Bitcoin, a stable coin that is based on a currency, or each country or a country creates a digitization of that.
You could have a basket of currencies, right?
Or you could create, that would be a fantastic deal, like a basket of a world currency. That could work out too. But obviously that represents a lot of issues. What are the role of banking in that? Who plays that role? Who knows who's doing all the transactions? So you have a lot of privacy issues. So I'm not trying to suggest these are easy solutions. But I do believe the backdrop of what is going on with Ukraine and Russia, and the role of the U.S. dollar and sanctions, I think it's just going to accelerate the conversation of the utilization of some form of digitization of a currency.
Ripple XRP. I don't need to show you anymore. You've got here Chris Larson right here sharing his vision on digital assets and XRP. Let's have a quick listen with this.
And Ripple or XRP in the future. Yeah, so our view is that these digital assets really become supplemental to the existing family of currencies, right? So every country still needs its own fiat currency for all kinds of reasons that I won't get into. It's very complicated, right? And I actually think that the big four, the yen, the euro, the dollar, the RMB, they actually, I think, come stronger in this world that we're going into, partially because of digital assets.
Okay.
That these digital assets actually contribute to a world that's more interoperable, where more people around the globe can get access to these big four. And most of global commerce is done in the big four. So I think you have a bifurcation going on. Those big four get stronger. I think some of the smaller currencies, maybe even some of more of the very small fiat currencies, become less relevant, maybe even disappear. A country could have its own fiat, but still use one of the big four. Lots of
like
examples.
Montenegro, right?
Very interesting. They're in the bush, like right there. It's hilarious. Thank you, Riz, for that tweet, man. I really appreciate it right there. This frustrated me, this interview, and yes, I'm going to play this. I'm probably going to end on this as well. But again, this is Peter Schiff right here. Listen to this dude, and I've said we, the young investors, are the future right here. Sick of the BS from old school finance dudes, and this is the truth. I'm sick of it, man. We are the future of this world right now. So we are the ones in control, not these guys. Think about it. Let's have a look at this, guys.
Lose more money.
But is this the end of the crypto craze? Here to weigh in is chief economist at Euro Pacific, Peter Schiff, and entrepreneur Patrick Bet-David. Peter, you've been on the show before about this topic. Been a tough couple months for crypto. Is this the end, or have we hit the bottom?
Well, we definitely haven't hit the bottom. I kind of hope it's the end, or at least the beginning of the end, before more people have an opportunity to lose more money in this pyramid scheme. But, you talk about all the value that's evaporated. It's just market value. There's no real value in Bitcoin or any of the other cryptocurrencies. They simply have a price. And as long as people are foolish enough to pay that price, you'll have market value. But the only reason people want any cryptocurrencies is because they think they're going to get rich. They think there's a greater fool out there that's going to pay a higher price, only they don't realize that they're waiting for a fool. And ultimately, the fools that are left holding the bag are the losers. And I think, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are going to be bag holders in this. I think a lot of the original investors, the whales, they've been dumping. I mean, they pumped this thing up. They paid off all these celebrities and athletes and politicians, and they hyped the hell out of it. Over the past year, they spent all sorts of money on commercials and conferences, and they dumped out all this stuff to the public, and they were cashing out. And now the bottom's dropping out of the market, and we have a long way to fall.
Patrick, I'll let you respond. Your thoughts on that?
Listen to this.
Well, listen, this has got to be Peter Fisher's favorite season, because his phrase moving forward for the next 6 to 12 months is going to be, I told you so. Peter, you ought to buy a shirt that says, I told you so, and enjoy it for a year, maybe 18, 24 months. But I'll take a couple things here. The part we got to be thinking about is Peter may be right. Here's the thing. When disruption and change happens, we don't know who's right. There's a side where it's the way it's always been done that's afraid of change. That's more of Peter's camp, which is gold, equities. This is what we got to be doing. They have no clue what they're doing. It's a scam. It's this. They're just trying to pump and dump, and you don't know what we're doing. Okay, fine. He may be right, but he may also be wrong. And then there's the other side, which the younger generation is saying, Peter, we just don't like the way you've been doing things. We don't. We just don't trust the Fed. We would trust gold if our money was backed by gold, but it's not. And your dream of the government and our currency being backed by gold, it's going to take a lot of convincing and a lot of powerful people to say yes for that to happen. So because of that, Peter, we think you're a little bit naive and you're oblivious to what's taking place. We want to take it in a different direction because we no longer trust the centralized monetary system. We want it to be decentralized. But I'm going to tell you this here, Dan, for us to be thinking about.
Listen to this.
No one is 100% certain who's going to be right. It's going to take about 12 to 24 months, maybe 36 more months for us to know whether Peter's camp is right or whether their camp is right. But if there's one thing that we know, when you watch the younger generation, years ago when Snapchat came out, I wasn't on Snapchat. I was on Facebook and Instagram. I'm in Hawaii. This girl named Phoebe's telling me, let me teach you about Snapchat. And I got on Snapchat. We have to pay attention to what the youth is saying because they just may be right.
All right, let Peter,
Listen
I got about
comment.
just under a minute
Makes my
left.
blood
I'm
boil.
tight on time, but your response to that?
Well, the youth, can be setting the trends in music and fashion, but you don't want to take your investment advice through them. Investment advice is better taken from people who have been around, they're seasoned, that they have more experience and wisdom. And look, I don't trust the central banks either. And if you like gold, there's nothing that says you can't have a cryptocurrency backed by gold. You marry all of the positive aspects of a cryptocurrency with the benefits of gold. You have something that's stable.
Anyway, I don't like that dude. He's just, whatever, so backwards. It's mental right here. Some other stuff right here. The new coming reset of the international monetary system right here. Focus on this stuff. Go have a read of this, ladies and gentlemen. You've got gold right there. You've got SDR. You've got the United States, Euro, Japan, China, United Kingdom right there. Other leading economies. They're all moving right here. The money supply, monetary policy right here. The role of central banks. Have a look at this. Participation. In order to participate in the new gold SDR system, a member would have an option to open a capital account, meaning that the currency would have to be freely convertible into SDR's gold and currencies. And this goes straight into Ripple, the bridge currency there. XRP would act as a bridge currency, digital central bank currencies, which themselves back interoperability. Come on, focus on what's happening right there. Don't listen to those other buffoons on the other channel right there. Thank you, Riz, for these videos as well, by the way. Some other stuff right here. Brad Garlinghouse. Just want to quickly play this, and we're going to end on this.
The overall crypto community will continue to grow at really impressive rates. In 5 years from now, I don't know exactly how to think about that, but I think within crypto world, I think Ripple will continue to grow and take market share. But that will probably be, we're focused on cross-border payments today. I think we'll look at other use cases, as I kind of alluded earlier. And I hope that in 5 years we're not just Amazon Books, but we are Amazon.
There you go, there, Amazon. Bullish as anything. Let's have a quick look at the total market cap today in US dollars. You've got 900 billion. We're up today in the green. Stay positive. $79 billion in volume. That is because it's the weekend. Everyone's relaxing, and I believe it's Father's Day. Also, happy Father's Day to everyone around the world. In Australia, we celebrate Father's Day late this year, so we're different here in Australia. We're a different breed. Anyway, 43% BTC, 15% Ethereum. We're in the greens at the moment right now, sorry. And again, the only coins that I'm focusing on right now, and I talk about this all the time right here, is right here. XRP, Stellar, Algorand, Hedera, Iota, Quant, and XDC. These are the ones I'm so bullish on, and Bitcoin as well, because it's the OG. There's a finite supply of only 21 million. We're going to hit that pretty soon as well. So 21 million is going to be mine. Once that happens, the price is going to go skyrocketing. It will. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for sticking around to the end of this video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. We'll talk in the comments. Turn on the bell notification as well. We'll speak to you soon, all right? Stay safe. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Peace. Bye.